Hey pickers, welcome back. I'm Monkey Lockpicks, and today I have for you a pretty nice challenge lock pinned by Dan Brass. As you know, Dan Brass makes some really cool challenge locks, and I just want to start this video showing you the beating of this key. It's pretty insane. This is a CCL Yale style keyway, 5-pinner, as you can see. Nice lock. I had this one almost a year ago, and after a couple of months trying to pick in it has gone to my naughty bucket, and today I want to try to pick it again on camera and maybe show you what's inside, because I'm pretty curious too. Okay, top of the key with tension wrench and a nice deep hook. Okay, let's start from the back of the lock, pin number 5, couple of clicks, pin number 4, nothing. Pin number 3 we know is a very low cut pin, so I want just to brush it a little bit to see if it gives me something, and I don't want to overset it. Okay, number 2 nothing, and number 1 is still springy, so not a binder. Okay, again from the back. Okay, nice solid click on 5. It feels solid. I heard pin 5 fall back down while I've released tension, so I'm gonna pick it again. Okay, another click on 4, 3 nothing, 2 nothing, 1 nothing. Okay, again 5 and 4 are really high cuts, so I have to push the peak between the wordings, and I feel that pin number 5 is keeping falling back down every time I release tension, acting like a gatekeeper. This was 4, 5 again is down, so okay, and now I had a little turn on the core. Okay, I'm again on pin 5, 4, 3 nothing, 2 nothing. 1 is binding a little bit. I know it's a really low cut, so again just a little brushing. Okay, 4 and 5 again, couple of clicks for each one of those. Click on 3, and then again I have to set number 4. Okay, now 2 is binding a little bit, so no clicks and nothing particular on this pin, probably because releasing tension I have dropped again one of the back pins. Okay, now 4 and 5 feels good. 3 nothing. Okay, It's a little bit frustrating when you have to set many and many times the same pins, because it's like have a bunch of pins more than the 5 standard pins you have in the lock. But this is one of the things I'm enjoying about this lock. Is a really tough lock to pick, and I love to fight against these crazy challenge locks. Okay, I think I've probably overset something, maybe pin number 3, because the lock is giving me no feedback at all. The pins are all solid or springy, so there must be something out of place. I feel a little bit of counter rotation right there. This is pin number 2. Let's try that. Okay, I'm gonna release tension a little bit. Okay, I've dropped for sure number 4 and 5, and hopefully even the pin I have overset. Okay, 5 is set, 4 is set. I have a little bit of a false set running right now. Counter rotation on 2, which is also a really high cut. So maybe I'm gonna give it a little extra lift like that. Check my friends back in the lock. 4, 5. Okay. My false set is still there, pretty much unchanged. Okay, I felt okay, a couple of clicks out of 5, and the false set has become a little bit deeper. Pin number 3, which is giving me some kind of rotation. So let's see if it was a trap or it was needing to be set a little bit. Again, 5. I think this is the 5th time I have set this pin. And also pin number 4. Okay, now some kind of rotation on 1. I think now 1 is set. Let's try to find the next binder. Oh, incredibly, my friend pin number 5 is sitting down in the core. 4 feels solid. Here I have some kind of rotation. Okay. Okay, the falset now is really deep. I want to show you how deep this falset is. The indentation on the bottom of the cylinder right there is where the keyway was at the beginning of the picking session. So this is a really deep falset. Okay, let's see if we are close enough. The falset now is deeper, and I've just brushed pin number 3. Now let's try to, I don't know which pin, maybe pin number 2. Yes, some kind of rotation. Okay. This falset is unbelievable. Now I have a really light tension, but enough to keep 4 and 5 in place. Kind of rotation on 2 again. Come on. I don't want to lose all this work. Let's check back again the pins. Okay. Now I have counter rotation just on this last pin, so I have to find a way to push it up high enough to pick the lock, but without dropping the other pins. I feel I'm so close. This is probably the last pin to set. Oops, sorry. Probably this peak has not enough lift. Let's see if I have something a little bit longer here on the rack. No, I think this is the deepest hook I have here, so maybe I can, oops, put this tensioner right there to prevent my pick from falling between the wardings. Okay, now I think this pin is set, so probably I have to check the other ones. Here I have some kind of rotation on 5 again. 14 minutes of picking is picking session long enough for me, so I want to have this lock open fast. Okay, I'm again on 5 to check if he has dropped a little bit down in the core, but feels pretty solid. Same for pin number 4. Here I have again some counter rotation. Is still pin number 2. I think I'm not pushing it high enough. I think number 2 is halfway setted, but if I go higher than this, I think I'm oversetting 1, so I'm keeping my eyes here on my rack of picks, but this is the deepest one I have. So I have to find a way to push that pin a little bit higher than this. Come on. Okay, and we are open. Man, that was a fight. Then brass, my friend, this was a really tough lock, believe me. Ooh, I'm so happy to have this lock picked, and now I'm really curious to know what's inside. Man, what a fight. My hands are hurting. Alright. So let's try to find the right angle for you. Pinning tray. Okay. Lock is open. We have the key, so I'm gonna lock it up like that. Screwdriver. Okay. Now, for sure I'm gonna shim this lock, because no one knows which kind of pins then put inside of this lock. Okay. Okay, it's gone all the way down. Okay. Let's see. As you can see, we can pretty much imagine. Just a sneak peek. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's see. Pin number 1, a super long with spool with serrations. Number 2, serrated T-pin. Number 3, another spool, really long spool with double spool with serrations in the middle. Standard in 4, and another craziness of double spool with serrations in 5. As you can see, sharp threadings in all 5 chambers. Really nice. Okay, now take the shim away. tweezers. I'm gonna lift my camera just a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Oops, I was upside down. Okay, number one, we have another double spool with serrations and the spring. Tiny, really tiny steel spring. Okay, pin number two. A really deep spool with serrations on top. The spring doesn't want to come out, but I see is the same, just like the other one. Let's try to take it off with my pick. Okay, like that. Okay, number three. It's a T-pin with serrations and another one of these springs. Let's take a look from the other side. Pin number five. Another reduced diameter, almost like a T-pin with serrations. I'm gonna show you it, and a super serrated in number four. Sorry. Okay. I have to take off the two springs. This is the one in chamber number 5, which is a copper one. Okay. And I see a little steel spring in 4. Okay, as you can imagine, we have no modification right there, so these are all standard. Okay, now guys, please take a look at this crazy set of pins. Oops. Okay, I feel so lucky to have this bad boy opened. These are just crazy pins. And look at how many serrations this one has. And all of these alien pins. I'm really amazed. These pins are just outstanding. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Dan Brass, thank you so much for this lock. I'm so sorry for having it picked just now, but it was really hard to pick. And okay guys, see you soon for the Stock Lock Sunday, and wish you a nice weekend, and as always, have a nice picking. Bye my friends.